Requiem for a Dream. I should just play that music through this whole voiceover.
That would be awesome.
They're like super creepy underneath
Except
it.
for you can't just do that on YouTube.
I bet I could get away with it. I know I could get away with it because it's when you have the game sound and the voiceover and that music, there's no way that the YouTube content ID thing would ever pick up on that. It's too many different things mixed on top of each other.
They're gonna do the Little Wayne or not Little Wayne, Little John version or the original.
Well, it's a 25-minute video, so I'll do a whole bunch of them. So that thing that was on the ground right there, like this level has a couple different hidden. Well, this level and a lot of levels have these kind of side hidden interactive things where you can get a little bit more backstory. Now that was not the terminal. The hidden terminal for the level. That was just a random thing. The terminals, they all look very similar, and the reason I'm mentioning that is because I thought originally when I was recording the terminal videos that thing on the ground back there was a terminal, and that was like because there's an achievement for finding all the terminals in the game, and there's one on every level, and that was screwing me up. But it's not. The terminals are very easy to pick out.
The Warthog, that looks familiar.
Yeah, the Warthogs are back. Now, the level-specific achievement is for driving the Warthog and getting air at midnight. So, either you have to play the game... So here, I'll read off the exact description. It says, in Mission 2, get significant air in the Warthog at midnight. So all that means is, like, there's no time in the game where you have to hit a jump at midnight. Your system clock has to be exactly midnight, 12 a.m. to get the achievement. So either you have to play the game at midnight or unplug your system from Xbox Live and set the system clock to 11:55 and then load in and then load into the game. I mean, it takes a minute or two to load the game up, load the level, get to the right point. So, and then give yourself enough time to just get in the car, and it has to be like right at midnight. I'm pretty sure like 12:01 won't work.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of a goofy achievement. I don't like it particularly, but
yeah.
Yeah,
anything that requires something. Well, actually, I do like that, to tell you the truth.
Do you? Screw with the system clock?
It's an achievement.
Okay.
It's something goofy that you have to go out of your way for.
Okay. All right, yeah.
If it was like a mission, I would say, fuck that. That's bullshit. What about people who are normal?
Reminds me of the Calendar Man in Arkham City, was it?
Yeah. Where you had to talk to that guy on different specific days of the year.
And was there an achievement for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
One a month. So it's like Valentine's Day, Halloween.
Yeah, so you can play the game every day or once a month for a year and do it, or just take the time to do it all at once. Excuse me. So, right here is the absolute perfect spot to set up camp and just drop your Warthog. Now, fortunately, you don't have any retarded teammates
driving it away,
driving you around, or jumping in the gunner seat and like
taking your spot
and like not doing a very good job of actually shooting. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I mentioned this in the previous video. Like, this game has all the same problems as every other Halo game has had since Halo 1. Bad checkpoints, and terrible AI. It's like the co-op AI, or not co-op AI. Yeah, co-op AI. Your partner friendly AI is frustratingly bad. Now there are not many moments where that actually comes into play. I feel like they tone that down a lot because they realized how frustrating and dumb it is. But
that's good. That is good. Yeah, I didn't like any of the Warthog stuff with AI. I don't like driving. I don't like them driving me, and I don't like me driving them.
There's such
Either
bad
they're
driving.
a bad shot or they're a bad driver. There's never like a good situation there.
No, there's not, unless you are playing co-op with someone else, split screen or online or whatever. That's about it. But other than, like, yeah, if you're stuck with, like, there's I feel like in some of the other games, well, yeah, in like all the other Halo games, if you gave them a rocket launcher and put them in the passenger seat, that was just like game over, man.
That was awesome.
That was the only redeeming quality because it was...
They had unlimited ammo.
Because they had unlimited ammo. They had like, you know, they video gamed it, and that guy has unlimited ammo, and he can just fire rockets nonstop and just melt everything in your way. I'm thinking of in Reach.
That highway?
That highway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think everybody who played that game on Legendary remembers that, and you just had to give them a rocket launcher, and then that was the level, basically. You know, playing Taxi Driver and saying, you know, you talking to me? And just giving them...
Tony Montana.
Nope. Not at all. Travis Bickle.
Same actor, right?
No. Tony Montana is Al Pacino. Travis Bickle is Robert De Niro. Yeah.
They're pretty much the same guy in my mind.
Well, they both were in The Godfather too, playing family members.
Yeah, like the number 1 and 2 famous actors.
Yeah. They're both Italians.
Yep. They're both mobster guys.
Yeah, well, in The Godfather, yes, they were. Indeed, they were. So we're still fighting pretty much nothing but Covenant right now. So we're not really seeing any new enemy types yet. So you basically know what to do. Like when you see these fucking grunts have the fuel rod cannon, they can wreck your shit pretty quick if you're not paying too close of attention.
It's pretty awesome when like this tiny little guy has like a humongous weapon.
I want to see him like fire it and then go flying backwards. Just like the recoil and the kick on it just, you know, kills them.
So funny.
Yeah.
It's like a bee. Mm-hmm. It stings you, but it kills itself in the process.
Well, they do still do that with the grunts that pop 2 plasma grenades and just run at you. Yeah. Those are funny. I laugh every single time I see that guy, except for when they kill me because I'm not watching my radar closely enough.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to multiplayer, though. Actually,
when you zoom in, it looks like it's always through your helmet, huh?
It's always through your helmet. I guess I didn't mention that. I don't like that.
It reminds me of Metroid for some reason.
Didn't like it when I first started playing.
And then you forgot?
And then I forgot and just looked past it. Yeah, I think it's kind of a dumb, cheesy effect. But
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it until right now.
And especially like that little bobbing effect that it has when you jump and walk and all that.
It's really noticeable when you zoom in.
When I scope in with a rifle?
Because it's like green. And like that makes me think, oh, this is the, you know, looking through like his sunglasses visor.
He wears his sunglasses at night underneath it. Yeah. Oh, spoilers, at the very end of the game, you get to see his face.
Oh my God.
Yeah, for half a second. And I'll post a video of just that. So.
Is he Arnold?
He is a Latino woman. No. I'm just... Well, I won't say, but there's really nothing to be surprised about at all.
So it's not...
It's pretty uninteresting. No. No. Oh, I just saw an alternate strategy for getting through this part that I did not notice before. There are some rocks in the front of this little structure that you probably could jump up and skip a bunch of these enemies. There aren't, so right now I'm just killing everybody for the most part, because I have enough ammo to deal with it. There are a couple situations, not a ton, where I just get in a car and just skip every fucking thing. Just get the hell out of there. Not too many, not in this level.
So is your goal with this guide to get through as easily as possible? Or just get through?
Yeah,
like
I guess.
If you could just drive past this, would you?
Oh, yes. Yes, that's a very good way of looking at it. Oh, so I should point out something. It's kind of fucking weird. So on the radar normally, like, every single person is marked in red. Enemies are marked as red.
Yeah.
Now they add, so that guy, camo dude.
Dropped his camo module. Let's have a look.
Now right now he's red because he's not camo, but when he is in camo, he'll still show up on the radar, but he'll be blue as if he's an ally.
That's
and
crazy.
when he's actually camoed and has a sword coming up from behind you, it's easy to ignore that little dot on the radar, but that'll come back.
So how often are you with friendly AI?
Oh, not super often, and when you are, they're not very helpful.
Phantom signal.
Like usual, I guess. I mean, you're the chief, you gotta do everything yourself. No, but back to your original question, what's the objective, like, to do it the easiest? Yes, definitely the easiest, but you die so quickly on Legendary that
Running past doesn't
you
work.
can't run past a lot of times. But there's one section that I'm thinking of that has like a shitload of snipers that I found a pretty interesting shortcut, especially using the jetpack, where I managed to prevent a whole lot of enemies from even spawning, which was kind of a fun way to avoid killing a whole, like doing a really boring section.
Yeah.
I don't know. It locked up.
But that's probably halfway through the game.
I'm detecting power fluctuations.
So skip to cutscene.
I'll put them up for you.
Cortana's back.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You haven't seen her yet, or you, Dan, have not seen her yet because I've been cutting out all the cutscenes. She
Right.
looks kind of weird. She's very human looking in this. I don't like it. Like she's in the previous one, she was very like she was an AI. She's very computer generated, right? Oh, so a quick little trick right here. As soon as you hit that, the platform that you're standing on is going to kind of go down slowly. Just turn around and run to that upper platform right away, or else you'll be on a lower level and it'll be much harder to take out all these dudes from far away. And like you'll be on the same kind of plane as them.
Having height advantage is
Yep.
always key.
It gives you a nice height advantage right there if you go the way I did.
I mean, Cortana always had boobs, but
Yeah, they're boobs. They're definitely boobs, and it wasn't so much that was kind of weirding me out. It was her face and her eyes. She's very like anime looking almost, like kind of big, doughy. You know, that weird anime look.
yeah, the eyes are too big.
Yeah, but not like the insanely small mouth that the anime women get.
Or the anime men that look like women.
Yes, like any Final Fantasy protagonist.
Yeah, does that count as anime or not? That's just Japanese.
Yeah, it's close. It's close enough for what we're talking about. For the level of knowledge that I have on that subject
In
at
my
all.
brain, Japanese and anime are synonyms.
Yep. Japanese and anime
There's
are
not, like,
descriptions of
anime Japanese things.
everything Japanese is anime.
Is that the same signal?
But that's not my bag, baby.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
So,
Tentacle porn? Tentacle rape?
none of that.
Oh.
I don't know if I'm just closed-minded or what, but
You are an ugly American. So, yes, I think- Yeah. You answered your own question. Or I answered your question. You are closed-minded.
I do like the big boobs though. Like dead or alive.
Oh, jiggle physics?
Like ridiculously huge.
I don't think Cortana has jiggle physics. I could be wrong.
Well, maybe
I'll
we
have
should
to
do
watch
a
all those
video
cutscenes again.
analyzing that specifically.
Jiggle physics? Well, I mean, she's like a hologram, so she's not doing a lot of running
That's true.
or wet t-shirt contests.
Is there like a Cortana treadmill app we can run?
A Cortana treadmill app?
Or like a
What?
trampoline app?
Oh, Cortana jumping on trampolines? Oh, I see. Oh, so load her into the Matrix.
Yeah.
And teach her how to jump on a trampoline.
And put her in a red dress.
Blonde, brunette, redhead. Purple thing.
Purple program. People eater.
Yep. So I'm backtracking right now, trying to find some noob combo status. There we go.
You know what blows my mind? Is for how
Oh, so I shouldn't hold on to that thought. So you might have noticed that I killed about half of my battery on one shot with plasma pistol there. Oh, even more than that because it was at 100% before.
You
So,
charged it for too long?
well, yeah. So the plasma pistol has like slightly different
What do you know about infinity?
mechanics in every game.
Not much.
You know,
Supposed to be massive, but the project is only in prototype.
it's usually a fully charged shot takes 25%
Scouts fortifying the bridge below.
of the battery
Stay
away.
sharp.
And then in some of, I feel like in Halo 1 it didn't do this. And it's kind of gone back and forth. Oh, so to get through this section, step on that elevator, make it go down, which triggers the next wave of enemies, and then run back a little bit. And just use the height advantage from way up here to take all the dudes that are close to that elevator platform as you can. And then be sure to take out the guy that's on the turret of that dropship that comes by. So anyway, the plasma pistol, like just holding it down, like ready to be fired, drains the charge. So like I was
I think that's
that
what the last game was.
yeah, I think it was too, but I feel like it changes around enough that like I had to double check and like relearn what the mechanic for it was on this one because I just knew that it changes so much. But yeah, like so that dude dived behind cover and I was like, oh shit, well I can't waste it now. Even though I guess you could probably double tap Y and exit out of it, yeah, without wasting that other 25%. So anyway, you were saying what blows your
Yeah,
mind?
I was saying that. So this game has been getting an M rating since the first one, and it's so cartoony compared to Call of Duty that they could go for a T rating. I mean, I guess that probably doesn't factor in as much as rated R does.
What games for like sales numbers to a
Yeah.
movie? Yeah, no, it doesn't.
I
It
don't
definitely
think the
doesn't.
fact that this is M,
Because no one cares that a game is rated M
no.
at all.
If they did, I think Halo should shoot for a T rating because they don't really curse.
No,
The
they
blood
don't.
is mild.
And the online component of the game, I mean, they say that every single time you log in, online interactions
rated.
are not rated by the ESRB because
Even
that
if
would
the
be
worst things you've
yeah,
ever heard.
yeah.
Every game would be AO.
Oh yes, definitely. Like it's terrible. Like it's funny how little Microsoft actually cares. It's pathetic how little they care considering you're paying $50 a year for that service or
Right.
40 or 35, whatever it is. Like they do not care at all.
You can just get on Xbox Live and run your mouth.
They do almost nothing to moderate that service. Like the complaint system is so slow to use that no one ever uses it. And I think most people, well, I shouldn't say most people. I know that like right now I just don't give a shit. And like I did for a long time because it adds so much when you're with a team of like 5 good people or whatever and you're talking strategy and like calling out enemy locations and stuff like that and just really getting into it. But any time you hear the other team at all, it's like, oh, it's never good.
No.
Like what are the chances that someone from the other team says something not offensive or not terrible? Like no one ever says like there is no equivalent of the post-game handshake.
Good game.
Good game, man. Good game. Like, I say that. I know I do say that, but I also do swear at people, too. I mean, and I'm not complicit in this either.
And I would say the ability to complain
Yeah.
is less important than the ability to mute someone easily.
Yeah.
Like-
That's still pretty poorly done in a lot
It
of
should be
games.
super easy to mute someone. Like this guy's a D mute.
And even complain or just, like, flag and say, yo, this guy's being a douche. He needs to be monitored or checked up on or suspended or what, or, you know, dealt with in some fashion. Whether it's, like, muted from Xbox Live. So that's a good punishment.
That is a great punishment.
If you get X complaints
you get to play still, you just get muted.
Yeah.
That's the perfect
and you don't
solution.
know, and you don't know, oh my god,
They don't tell you.
You don't get told.
Why aren't people talking back?
And
to
you're
me?
just screaming, you're like, fuck you, faggot! Ah! Just fucking losing your mind. Like saying the most hateful, vitriolic things you could possibly think of, and you don't know that you can't be heard. That would be the best punishment ever.
Too bad there's no way in shit Major Nelson's gonna listen to this.
Oh, no.
Or anyone. from
Major douchebag
Microsoft,
Nelson?
For that
No,
matter.
fuck no.
Guess we got their attention.
They should.
They should.
Like League of Legends, Riot Games, they hired what was that guy's title? It was like not a developmental psychiatrist, but like a behavioral psychiatrist. Oh, so this is a section where I skip a ton of stuff. And it's not because like, well, part of it's because like there's a ton of dudes in this area and it's relatively easy to get to the next checkpoint and just skip a whole bunch of shit and just move on. And then like there's a ton of dudes and they take a while to kind of like spawn and get to their spots, and I don't know, it's just easier. So hijack the ghost when you get a chance. Just skip, like there's a couple dudes on turrets, just skip them, a couple elites, just go flying past all of them. And try to get lined up straight and then hit that elite that's in that doorway right there. He'll always be right there. I mean, if you're doing it this way, I mean, like the timing will be off a little bit every time. But anyway, so you get into this room. You can't take the ghost any further. But when you get out, you should get a checkpoint.
What was that?
Oh, that's one of the new armor abilities. It's a shield. It's basically a riot shield, but like it's not like a shield like, you know, Call of Duty or something where you can hold a pistol next to it. It's a shield and that's it.
So are you going to be using those at all?
Not that shield one. There's a couple ability that the only ability that's really worth a damn is, well, other than the jetpack, in the few instances that you actually get to use it, the auto turret, just because it saves you ammo. The decoy is all right, but I'd rather have the auto turret to save ammo, because ammo is pretty precious for these. I mean, it's not super restricted, and I think they actually did a much better job in this game than in some of the previous Halo games, which may be why I found this game so much easier than previous Halo games on Legendary.
Just because there's more ammo?
Because there's more finisher gun ammo. Like, there weren't a ton of situations where I was like frantically, like at a checkpoint, like, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do this with these two worthless guns that I have.
Neither.
Now, that being said, like, I knew exactly what I had to do from, like, before I turned on this game. You know, like, I know that I need to have a pistol and a battle rifle, or, you know, two finishers, or at least one all the time. So it's not like I'm running around experimenting with different weapon combinations. Like, I kind of knew.
It's not your first rodeo.
This is not my first rodeo. Exactly.
It's your fourth rodeo.
Rodeo. My Halo foreskin rodeo. Gross. That is actually really fucking nasty. So there's two elites right at the base of those two ramps up there. Just kill them real quick. Probably with a beam rifle that one of the jackals dropped at the top of the stairs. And then on the, like, between these two ramps on the little elite Covenant ammo, I don't know what you want to call those things. There's a fuel rod cannon and a ton of ammo for it because there's two hunters.
You shoot the little orange part on their back with the pistol 4 times and they're dead.
Nope. Well, yeah, that's Halo 1, but yes. Just unload on them with the fuel rod cannon.
Points as Halo 1?
Yeah, don't worry. I feel like their face weak spots are a little bit smaller, and they have been. Yeah, and I feel like that's like Halo 1 had kind of different designs for a lot of different enemies and weapons and stuff like that, and they've evolved a lot since then.
Where's the terminus?
Anyway, so that's basically the end of the level. There is one more. There's a terminal in this next room under this ramp up here. I think I pointed out in the video, but I got that terminal locations guide too if you want to check that out. Oh yeah, I haven't talked about permanent sprint in this game. So that's the terminal for the level. Left stick is always sprint. That's
Tap
kind of
it
new.
once.
Yeah, it used to be an armor ability. Yeah, it's very much like Call of Duty. You sprint too much and you get exhausted and have to let it kind of recharge for a second. There's no, as far as I can tell, there's no real indication of when you are back to full breath and when you can get a full sprint in. So of course I obsessively just tap left stick constantly to sprint with zero patience. All right, game on.